Hello, and today I'm going to be discussing the Prog 6221 PoE Part 1. Okay, so first we start off with the file helper class. This just shortens the file path and reduces repeated code in the play audio and load responses and uh, load images classes, since they all read from excuse me, since they all read from the same file path, responses and images. Okay, let's go to play audio class. The play audio class pretty much just calls the audio from the wave file right here in the responses and images, and plays it when the application is run. Okay, the load responses class um, retrieves all the responses from the responses.json file and puts it into dictionaries. The load images class loads the images from introduction.bot.txt and puts them into strings, and the loading bar is put into a 2D array for easier code. Okay, the introduction.bot looks a bit off due to the tabbing in the text file being 4 spaces and in Visual Studio being 8 spaces. Oh no, wait, sorry. In the text file being 8 spaces and in Visual Studio being 4 spaces, but it does load correctly when the application is run. Okay, get responses class. It takes the user's input and finds keywords, if I can, yeah, and finds keywords to uh, any, sorry about that, it finds keywords and compares it to the keywords in the JSON file. Okay, next up we have the thinking bubble class. So this class um, gets the image from load images, specifically the loading bar one. And let's quickly go here. Okay, so this is what the loading bar slash thinking bubble looks like. And it displays uh, here from the beginning this one first, it then deletes it from the console. Then it displays this one and then deletes it. Next up, we have the format questions. So this class gets the user's question and just formats it to make it look better with the user avatar and the user speech block, and it places the speech block next to the user's avatar with the user's question inside. Okay, and finally we have the format responses class, which does inherit from format questions because it does mostly the same thing. It puts the bot's avatar instead of the user's avatar next to the reply speech bubble or question or response block. Okay, and finally we have the main form slash program class. Okay, so if we quickly run through how it would look when the code is run, that I will show now. Um, it plays the media greeting the user, then it calls the ASCII image, then it asks the user for their name and validates if their name was actually entered. Uh, then this calls the uh, bot greeting from introduction.txt. Right here, this is the lock logo that is displayed first, then the user's name is requested, and then it displays the robot's introduction slash greeting. Here we go. Okay, so this part just keeps asking the user, well, telling the user to ask a question so that the bot can reply. Go down here. Yes, please enter your question, and it also then validates whether it validates whether the question was actually entered or if exit was typed. This bot deletes the actual um, line in the console and actually calls the format questions class just to make the console look neater. And then the uh, uh, where is it? Then the format question and format response are called and used just to format um, the user's question and the response as well. And finally, it's after the loop is exited from here to here, if the user types exit, it then displays thank you for using the cybersecurity awareness bots. Okay, let's quickly run this code. Okay, there we go. So
Welcome
first
to the
off,
Cybersecurity Awareness Pod. I'm here to help you stay safe online.
okay, so it plays the audio, the pre-recorded audio, and then it also displays the lock logo plus cybersecurity. Let's enter your name, okay, Matthew. Uh, then it displays the robot with its introduction. Hello, Matt. It only takes the first four letters of your name, just so it properly can format, as well as when the user's avatar with their name under also properly format. Ask your question. This uses string manipulation to find keywords in the, for example, in the get responses class or get robot responses class. Okay. Uh, tell me about phishing and password safety. Okay, as you can see, it deletes the tell me about phishing and password safety and actually makes the user's avatar with the first four letters of my name or your name and puts the question in a text block. Then the robot replies, glad you asked, Matthew. Here's what you need to know. Phishing, and then it explains what phishing is, and here's password and explains what password safety is. Okay, I'm quickly going to do it again. So this works for one or multiple responses. Let's type, I want to know more about malware. Then it also has the loading animation from the thinking bubble class. Okay, glad you asked, Matthew. Here's what you need to know, malware. And then it tells you what malware is. It can also answer general questions like, how are you? Then it loads. Then glad you asked, Matthew. Here's what you need to know. General, I'm functioning perfectly and I'm ready to help you stay safe online. And yeah, this is exactly how it formats it, like a normal conversation or like a WhatsApp-esque conversation, and then type exit at any time to end the program. If we go down here, and as you can also see, the user's avatar and question are in blue, as is the robot's cybersecurity awareness bot is in green. Okay, then you can just type exit Administrator. Thank you for using the Cybersecurity Awareness Bot. Okay, thank you very much for watching.